Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to talk about what you should do if you've generated 0 sales from Facebook ads. If you've run Facebook ads for, a little bit of time, you're relatively new to this, and you've tested a bunch of things, just nothing's working. Perhaps it's 0 sales, perhaps it's a couple of sales, but you're just not getting any results. What's most likely the problem there, and what should you do about it? That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Now, before I get into that, I just want to very quickly ask you to smash that like button. Please click that thumbs up button. That'd be much appreciated and help me out. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new and haven't done so already. So a lot of Facebook advertisers go through this, usually when they're relatively new to Facebook advertising, but not always, where they're advertising something and it's just not working. They're testing a whole bunch of different stuff and they're getting, as I said, either 0 sales or just a couple of sales, nothing that's sustainable, no results to speak of. What's most likely the problem there? Well, assuming that you haven't made massive errors. So I'm going to assume for the purposes of this video that perhaps you've been through one of my tutorials on how to set up a campaign or someone else's, and you've got the basics of your campaign set up properly. Not glaring errors like you're advertising to 3,000 people, which is way too small an audience size. Provided you haven't made massive errors, that you can find out how to avoid those by watching any sort of tutorial online of how to set up a campaign, and you're still not generating any sales, it's most likely your product, your service, what you're offering, and the price point you're offering it at. There's most likely not demand for your product or service or offer at the price point you're offering it at. Now, yes, when people see this scenario and they see 0 sales, they think, oh, okay, I haven't got my campaign set up properly. So that's when they start to educate themselves, which is great. Educating yourselves via places like YouTube and through courses and stuff is absolutely what you want to be doing. But then they start changing things, right? I'm at the ad set level right here, and they start coming in, they go, well, should I be using dynamic creative? Should I be changing my targeting options? Should I change my placement options? And they think that it's the settings within a Facebook ad account is what's going to make the difference between sort of 0 sales and the campaign working really well. That's unlikely to be the case. Yes, if you're relatively new to Facebook advertising, there are almost certainly things that can be improved within your ad account. Even if you're an experienced advertiser, there's probably things that an agency like mine could look at and be like, well, we're going to improve this and that and all that sort of stuff. And that might get you 20, 30, 40, 50% improvements in results. But obviously, if you're looking at 0 sales or just way off where you need to be, getting a 40% improvement in results is not going to do it. You need to change things massively in order to see great results. And that nearly always comes down to whatever's being offered. A great offer will make up for a poorly set up campaign. It doesn't matter how good your campaign is set up. You could have the perfect ad campaign, beautiful ad creative, perfect targeting, all the settings dialed in, with a bad offer or something that's way overpriced or there's not demand for it. It's not going to work. The offer will make up for a bad campaign. A bad offer cannot be made up for with a great campaign. That's something I really want to stress here. Now, of course, you want to optimize the campaign as much as possible because we all want the best results possible. But if you're getting 0 sales, and that's why it's sort of the scenario we're in here is really important. If you're getting 0 sales or very, very few, it's probably your product and your price point. And when I say that to people, a lot of people go, well, I know my product sells. I know my service sells. Lots of other people offering it. And that's why it's important to include the price point here. You might know that there's tremendous demand for your product, but if there are other people on Facebook advertising that same product for 20% less, 30% less, and I'm talking about the same product here, you haven't got like a differentiated brand or higher quality, but the same product, like this is typical with dropshippers and things like that, for 20% less, and they're advertising the same people, which, let's be honest, a lot of the time your competition is going to be advertising to the same people on Facebook. That's the way all these advertising platforms work. You're not going to generate many sales. If I see a product pop up and it's, $30 and I see, and I've been seeing ads over the last month for the same product for $25 or $20, it's not going to work. So what can you do about it? There are lots of different ways you can improve your offer. It might be that you need to sell a different product or service. Could be as simple as that. Often it's you need to package it differently. What's your offer? Buy one, get one free, limited time discount. We'll throw in an extra something to make it more appealing. Sometimes that's on the sort of incentive side of things. Sometimes it's differentiating on quality. our product has X, Y, and Z difference to the competition. That's why you want to go with ours because it's better. There needs to be something tangible. And Facebook advertisers often forget this. They think it's all about the data and the settings and the tweaks and adjustments. And it is. That's an important part. But it's also about your advertising real stuff to real people. And real people are going to make rational, logical decisions over whether your product is better than theirs. It's not like if your Facebook advertising is good enough, you can sell anything to anyone. Not true at all. It needs to be a good offer. And if you're generating 0 sales, that's where you need to start. That's what you need to focus on. And I know that can be frustrating. I know that's probably not what you want to hear. It's often much quicker and easier just to change a setting within a Facebook ad campaign and hope that improves your results. But if you're generating 0 sales, it's almost certainly not going to do it. Now, if you're 20% off where you need to be, then yeah, there's probably demand for your product and that's fine. And you can focus on the in-ad account adjustments that you can make to help improve things. But just be aware, and I try and do this with all my content, is try and give you guys the truth and the information that you need to get the best results possible, because I think it's just a waste of everyone's time, right? If I just tell you, change the setting and you're guaranteed to see success. That's not true. You need the truth because you need to be able to do things. Now, before you go and tear up your product or service offering, go, this doesn't work, I need something else, make sure you spend a good amount of money and give it a good amount of time to really test it first. So if you're going, I generated 0 sales, I've been advertising for 2 days, and you're thinking that this advice applies to you now, it does not. Do not kill a campaign after 2 days and say this product doesn't work. Please give it more time. Give it a couple of weeks. If you're still generating 0 sales after a couple of weeks, then this advice applies and you probably want to change your product or service or whatever it is that you're offering, okay? You have to give it a good amount of time. Same with the spend, right? If you're looking to acquire $10,000 customers, don't spend $300, not generate any sales and go, this doesn't work, right? You're probably willing to pay $1,000, $1,500, maybe even $2,000 to acquire a $10,000 customer. So go and spend that before you come to that decision. For e-commerce businesses, that number's often going to be a lot lower, because if you're trying to sell a $40 product, and you haven't generated any sales once you spent $500-$600, well, you've got a pretty good idea that, again, something's really wrong with that campaign and it needs to be adjusted. Okay, where I think a lot of Facebook advertisers don't focus anywhere near enough on is in what they're offering. Our favorite sort of client to start working with is a Facebook ads agency, and we see this happen more often than you think, is a client that's managed to get to a high level of ad spend before they start working with us because they have a fantastic offer. The sort of offer that you hear and you go, oh, wow, yeah, that's great. I can see why people are going for that. And, these offers can be in all sorts of different areas. It could be the fact that they offer 0% finance on a product that's not particularly there, that's not often offered. All sorts of things that differentiate themselves from the competition. Perhaps it's will install X within 2 days and the average time is 4 weeks. There's ways to give yourself a competitive advantage. But when we get to a client, when we onboard a client like that, got to a really high level of ad spend with a great offer, but they don't have a great Facebook ad campaign, that's the best scenario to be in, because we can come in, we can improve their Facebook ad campaign, see an immediate improvement in results, and it's fantastic. But what I'm saying is we do see that scenario, right, where their campaigns aren't set up that great, but their offer has just allowed them to get to this great scale. We never see it the other way around. And I know I'm sort of repeating myself here, but I really want to drive this home. We never see it the other way around, where we onboard someone, they've got to a high level of ad spend, they've got a really sophisticated, high quality Facebook ad campaign and a poor offer. They just never get there. There's lots of Facebook advertisers trying to create really complex, sophisticated Facebook ad campaigns, and that's great, but they're stuck at a small level and it's not really working, and it'd be because of what they're offering. So that is my advice today, is to, if you are seeing 0 sales, hardly any results, you need to change something big time. And that big time thing that you change is usually your offer. As I said, it could just be a repackaging of what you already offer. It doesn't have to be a completely new product and go to the manufacturers, all that sort of stuff. It doesn't have to be that, but it does, if you are generating 0 sales, have to change. Okay, hopefully that's been useful. A couple of things before you go. The first is our Facebook advertising services. So my company, Lead Guru, is a Facebook and Instagram ads agency, specialist Facebook and Instagram ads agency, and we create, optimize, and manage campaigns for our clients. And we can almost certainly help you get better results from your Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns than what you're already getting if you're managing them yourselves, or perhaps you're even working with an agency that's just not really producing great results. If you're interested in finding out more about our services, you can book a call with one of my team members by going to the video description below and clicking on a link that takes you through to a page on our website where you can book a free strategy session. Now, I should mention that we do have a 3K per month minimum budget requirement. So if you don't meet that, unfortunately, you won't be able to get a free call with us. But if you do meet that criteria, you want to find out more about our services, go ahead and book one. We can discuss all the details and see if we'd be a good fit for each other. Other free thing I want to mention is my Facebook ads mastermind group. So free Facebook group, and that has more than 75,000 members now. Fantastic online community full of Facebook advertisers just like you, want to get better results, asking questions, getting them answered. I do free live trainings in the group. If that sounds like something you want to be part of, and why wouldn't you be? Go ahead and join. We'd love to have you. Completely free, and link is in the video description. Hopefully this has been useful. If it has, comment below to let me know. Subscribe to my channel if you are new and haven't done so already. And click that thumbs up button, that like button. That is always much appreciated. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Best of luck with everything, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.